Right here is the Q-Life Vela E8, and I'm going to be reviewing this electric dirt bike and telling you a little bit about it. And the main question is it actually worth your money? Starting off, they advertise with a 4,000 watt motor, but I did ride it around a little bit, and it kind of feels more like a 2,500 watt motor. It's got a 48 volt, 23 amp hour battery, so you're going to get plenty of range up to about 35 miles, which is pretty good. And then top speed is 36 miles per hour, so that's pretty fast for a little bike like this. And then charging time is roughly 7 to 8 hours. It's actually got a pretty big seat, which makes it really nice and comfortable, and I really like this frame design. It's pretty sick. The rear suspension is pretty plush, same with the front. It's actually really nice. And of course you got front and rear hydraulic disc brakes, pretty wide foot pegs. And of course you got a working taillight, key ignition right here. And when you turn it on and when it's in park, you just pull the brake, takes it out of park. And then of course you got 3 speed modes. You've got your headlight switch, turn signals down here, and a mini horn. So overall, it's a pretty sick bike. On my Yozma, I actually bent the frame up here where the rear shock is linked to the frame. But this bike has a way better design, so when you jump this thing, you're not going to bend the frame. Like, this is a really strong support right here. When I bent the frame on my Yozma, it sucked. But this is not going to bend when you jump it. So without further ado, let's get straight into riding. I also forgot to mention you can take off the seat. There's a little dial underneath the seat that you twist. Then you can lift up, and you've got a fully removable battery. So you can totally take out the battery, unplug it, do whatever you want. So that's also pretty nice. Alright, this is the first ride on the Vela E8. I'm going to be honest to you, this is very similar to the e-Scoot Nova Mini. It does have a little bit different frame design, but it kind of has a few similar characteristics. I am starting off on the dirt bike track, which is kind of bumpy out here, but I just want to get a feel for the off-roading experience on this bike, obviously. And I would say it's actually holding up pretty good. It has pretty good suspension, like actually pretty good. And then it has a really big seat. And that big seat is definitely coming in handy on some of these bigger bumps. Like, this field is so bumpy, bro. Big jump. Oh, shoot. The power is kind of just standard power on lots of these budget e-motos, but it has quite a bit of get up and go. It's honestly pretty good. If I was 8 to 11 years old, this is like a really nice bike. I think adults are going to have a little bit harder time fitting on this, but if you're a kid, kids are absolutely going to love this. Especially since the suspension is perfect. I am working with a brake sensor, unfortunately, but it can still wheelie pretty good though. It doesn't have a whole lot of torque, but it's still pretty powerful for its size. Alright, we're like practically fully charged, so we're gonna do a little tough speed test, see how fast this thing can go. Okay, we are going against the wind right now, but we were going 36. It's topping out at, yeah, 36 miles per hour. So that's actually pretty quick for this little thing. It's a pretty nice bike overall though. It's very easy and simple to move around and everything. Of course, we gotta try out my favorite paved jump. Now, just a quick overview of this bike. The power, I rate the power about a 5 out of 10. The suspension is a 9 out of 10. The handling and comfortability, I would rate an 8 out of 10. Pretty comfortable. And then with all the features and the headlight and the taillight, I'll rate that a 8 out of 10 because it's really nice to have a really solid light bar and a taillight in the back, and it's got blinkers and a little horn, so that's actually pretty nice. I also think the looks on this bike are actually pretty good. It looks pretty sick. So I would definitely recommend this bike if you got a kid and they're looking for something to just, put around in the backyard, some trails, some small jumps, this bike is actually pretty good. This is one of the better e-bikes that I've gotten to review, so I'm actually being serious about this is actually a pretty good bike, especially for the price. So if you guys are interested in this bike, I'll definitely have a link in the description. Comment any questions you have and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next review video. Peace.